Okay, I can find some rhythm finally in my day. So I'm 2 weeks into my corporate job, my 9 to 5. Nearly 1 year ago, I made a video about exactly 1 year ago when I quit my corporate tech job. And now, ironically, I'm making this video telling you about the fact that I actually regained my corporate work, except that it's not quite in the tech industry. It does cover some of it, but essentially, I'm back to my banking roots. You see, I've always had a good career path in my life. Obviously, I've had to put in a lot of work, as in all things exercise, fitness, nutrition. I've had a regimen around everything that I do as a byproduct of my fitness life. Heck, even walking your 10,000 steps every single day, the water, the sleep, the stress, the relationships, the people, the food, nutrition, all of this, right? Daily habits. And so I bring a lot of this energy and flair into my career life. So this last year was the first time in my life ever since I've been working corporate 9 to 5, good paychecks. I actually found myself in a turmoil position like thousands of people, if not maybe millions, are finding themselves to be in this day and age. Because if you haven't seen the job market, it's absolutely brutal, guys. I can't stress to you, if you're LinkedIn as a professional, I think every professional should have a LinkedIn account, just so you're networked. It keeps you abreast of the news, what's new, who's who in the industry, what industries are trending up and down per se, and LinkedIn ironically has helped me land my last two roles, one in the tech space and now back in the banking space. My office is nearly literally right opposite the strip, overlooking the Sphere, Palazzo Hotel, and of course Resorts World. I went to lunch there recently during work hours. A nice drive. It's a quarter mile. I felt like I was in Fast and Furious movie. Step in on that blue car, right? C63S AMG. And I do have a separate channel for that. I just haven't gotten around to making consistent videos there. There's not much on that channel. But my point is, I got to drive my dream car through the dream strip, Las Vegas, going to grab lunch. All of that to say this is that I am back in the banking industry, commercial banking space, and I'm very happy, very excited. It's a good team. The interview process was a bit lengthy, but these days everything is lengthy, and you got to have the stamina and the mental willpower. And as in all things, as I practice, is like you got to keep putting in the interview reps, right? So if you're wondering how to land this job, like I went through hundreds of interviews, I think not hundreds, but at least close to maybe 30, 40 interviews in the course of 1 year, and maybe having like 2 or 3 offers percolating, but I wasn't so serious about the stress. Let's face it, no one is serious about taking on that much stress for the pay, right? North of 200,000 base salary, and then you get the incentive plans, and give or take, your total package is about 250, 300,000, 350, right? I am okay with taking a major cut, because I don't want the stress of what I faced. And I talk about, I'm going to drop the links on last year with the videos that I did, where I was mentally, health-wise, emotionally. I was just at a bad place, really bad place. And I had serious PTSD, but I had a plan to hold me up for 1 year, to rebound, and only to find myself back in the banking space. This is the career path that has essentially provided me my livelihood, and I'm back in that space again, serving commercial banking clients. So now, professionally speaking, it's something I really love to do. Okay, not just the paycheck. The paycheck is the pay is amazing. You can make a decent living off of this, a good, honest living, right? Helping commercial, small businesses, mid to large corporations to meet their financial goals in the commercial lending space, right? Treasury management, portfolio management, and just referring them within different lines of businesses within banks, in the banking systems. I work for one of the largest corporations, one of the largest banks in US. And if you think you know it, right? And you take a name, you're probably right there. I'm with that bank. So all of that to say this is that I have truly missed the structure, much needed structure in my life. And I think that for those that are on the fence of going back to work in an office, I now can firsthand wholeheartedly say that I've done remote work and I have done a 9 to 5, and now I'm back to a 9 to 5 in the typical standard brick and mortar building. Like, so I can tell you firsthand that it was a major adjustment because I'm going back to the office now nearly 5 years post, the bug era, right? And so the 2 weeks was not just a culture shock for me and meeting all these new people with strong but entertaining personalities, but that adjusting my gimbal here, guys. This is also a new gimbal. Adjusting to the new personalities, lifestyles, seasoned professionals. These are people that have been through some shit in their lives, kids, family lives, seasoned, older, right about where I'm at age-wise. I would probably be one of the older ones there, but I look a lot younger than my age. I think I'm trying to also hold back on the age card is because I have a hard time having my age land on people and how they react. I just can't keep explaining to them that I really am an old man. I'm a Generation X guy. But now, because of this lifestyle here, I walk and talk, and I've dedicated almost my entire life to fitness and nutrition. This is why I appear the way I do, right? And for those wondering right now, we're still in the triple digits. It's 107 Fahrenheit right now. It's nearly 7 o'clock here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I am trying to find a routine with my videos because I haven't really been consistently posting on YouTube on my personal channel here. And my personal channel, I realize, is my personal brand. And I got to stay true to why I started this channel. And you can easily see how in the last few weeks in this month, I've been posting a video a week. But I have lost a little bit of momentum per se, is not because I ran out of motivation. The good news is I've run 2 faceless channels as well, sports and news. My sports soccer channel has been monetized. And now that I have monetized that channel, that's an amazing feat in itself because that took nearly 1 year to get here. Now I'm trying to strategically find topics that enable that channel to make money, the kind of money that can financially set me free. So the goal here is to still hang on to your 9 to 5 job, right? But do not give up on your side hustles. So YouTube is a great avenue, right? Not just to build your personal brand, but also to invest in your faceless channel. So if you have a hobby or a niche that you're trying to get into and explore that without showing your face, I encourage you to find a mentor or join a program that teaches you how to do faceless channels and get on that bandwagon, because I really believe in it. That's another thing, is you got to believe in it, right? So I'm spread thin. So here I am going back to 9 to 5, driving every single day. There's a little bit of a commute. It's not so bad as I thought it would be. 15 minutes to get there to work and about 20 minutes or so to get back. I enjoy the ride. I listen to podcasts during my way to and from for mental health and setting yourself free, because I'm at a stage in my life where I've cut off a lot of family, almost all of them. And I realize that no one's going to cheer for you and no one's going to have your back like you are going to have your back. And all of this, the talk, the way I'm talking, the energy I'm portraying, this is after a long day, a 9 to 5, really. We take a lunch at my desk. Nobody really takes an hour lunch. We all kind of work through it. And that's another thing I noted to myself, is that despite putting myself in that work environment, this is my calling here, just not to forget about why I started this channel and to document and show you the journey of what that really looks like, right? And so this last year or so, I became so lethargic. I was a little depressed of actually not having the structure that I once had in my life of aspiring and working to. I'm addicted to working for corporations, and I think this is going to eventually subside as I get older and my channels start taking off, where I can go full-time on these things, right? And I think when you go full-time and when you're making money off of these things, your passive income, something you really love to do, then all of a sudden everything kind of takes care of you. You have that much more motivation. Where I think we fall short, and a lot of us, including I myself, do this, is that when the going gets tough and there's no money coming in, you're not monetized, right? And just this, you just can't seem to find the breakthrough. You kind of stop, you kind of hit the bumps, and you start riding that up and down roller coaster waves, right, of inconsistency. and then eventually you taper off. And what I didn't want to do on this channel is taper off. So getting back into 9 to 5, I'm now 2 weeks into this job, third week coming here, right? It took me a little bit of an adjustment, but just like in all things, right? Changing your habits takes at least 10 days or maybe 3 weeks, right? Before you start accepting it and it becomes muscle memory. So right now, what I'm doing is I went from not working for 1 year or not being exposed to people in generally speaking, and some crazy people in a good way, to now all walks of life in one office. We can hear each other, we're talking on top of each other, we're also making money, we're getting our paychecks, amazing benefits, right? My health benefits and all. It's nice to have it all back. And I humbly say this because I'm very mindful of what the culture is like right now in terms of the working class, right? We have to hold on to our 9 to 5s, in my opinion, until you work on your 9 to 5, and then after work, you work on your side hustles. Look at me right now. How tough is this? Look at behind me. This is all beautiful. This is beautiful. This is nature. I am totally feeling a vibe right now. I am liberated. Nature is giving the gift back to me. I'm watching an amazing sunset. Opposite me are the hills in Las Vegas, the mountains, right? And this is the same place I've shot so many videos as I was building my channel. Relatively still a very small channel, a little over 500 subscribers. I'm not worried about what people think of me. And I think I'm there. The one thing you cannot do in this journey is stress, worry about what other people think of you, how they view you. And what their opinions are doesn't matter. Is what matters is how you're talking to yourself and how you show up for yourself and how you execute for yourself. I am also finding out there's a lot of people struggling with not just anxiety, but hernia, right? Hernia surgery seems to be a big deal. It's something many men are fearing, putting off. And I happen to have had some really cool comments come in lately about seeking more information. And so I have divided my channel into specific topics, and I've created a separate hernia topic as well on this channel. So today was just me coming out here to say that I'm back in that mode. I feel good. The learning curve obviously is always going to be steep when you're starting off with a new company. But the good news here is that banking is not a new industry for me. So while the learning curve at a different bank may be a little steeper, but I can pick this up really quickly. And that's how you have to talk to yourself, right? And so for those wondering, I've adjusted my fasting window based on my corporate lifestyle, and I'm going to save that topic for the next video. But for now, I have my structure back, right? Even the way I eat, when I go to bed, when I wake up. I'm going to talk about all of this in the next video. I think this is a good time to end this video. And I'd be lying to say that I I think I needed the structure in my life. Of course, the pay is really good. I get my first paycheck tomorrow from this job, and it's been 1 year, guys, since I got my first corporate paycheck. And there's nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5 as long as you are putting that 9 to 5 money back into your investments, right? Back into your vehicles. I'm not talking about crypto. I'm specifically talking about your YouTube ventures, because I know YouTube is a community, not just your talking head channels, but also your side ventures, your faceless channels. Pour into them, and use your 9 to 5 as a stepping stone, as a ladder to get there. This channel, I don't know what's going to happen with it. I know I started something. There was a calling. There was a higher power. I talk about all that feeling. I want to feed it to this channel and see what happens. This is a long game. I'm not worried about the monetization aspect. I think this has now become so personal for me that I have to show up this way and continue the journey and keep that spark, that flame, that belief that you are able to talk to this camera, and there's an energy and a drive that's pushing you to show up this way. Why not just document your life? I've missed the structure. I go to bed early. I'm even more diligent about waking up early, right? And training and working out in the morning. All of that, I get 3 miles in, walking during the morning, get all my water intake, and by the time I go to work, I'm fully charged and just mentally prepared for what the day has for me. So, if I didn't say this again, I welcome the structure back in my life. I missed it, and this has allowed me to really organize my day hour by hour by hour. There's so much you can do every hour that goes by, and I realized that coming out here and recording a 15-minute video is nothing. It's so easy. Why am I procrastinating? So you can do more with less. You can do more under pressure. You should be able to embrace pressure and execute. Like, write your goals down. I made a couple of videos about, how do you prepare for the end of the year? 6 months left to go, and here we are on that topic. 6 months to go in 2025, and we're only getting older, right? And if you haven't gotten in shape, this channel may be the right place for you to apply some of the principles I talk about and how I show up, and add that to your daily life. So with that said, guys, I'm going to end this video right here. You can go through my playlist and check some of these videos out that I've done over the course of 1 year plus, and you can see the growth, right, in the delivery, the speaking abilities, projection, and just finding these topics and showing up. Most importantly, showing up, not for me, for yourself. And that's how you have to show up too. Okay, guys, great to be here watching the sunset. And until the next video, guys, Mamba out.